action, I want y'all to go over to my Instagram. This is me, and we're having a discussion over there right now. A dude I know just said if a female has the right to abort a baby, then a man has the right to abandon the baby if she chooses to have it. What y'all think? Y'all can go on my Instagram, or as you can see, I shared this from my Facebook, facebook.com/tiffanymdraper, or you can just search Tiffany Monique Draper. We have conversations like this all the time. But let's get right into it. I named this video Kevin Samuels has an argument with a hard-faced 38-year-old because I could not believe that this woman is actually 38 years old. What do I always say? Everybody wants to be light-skinned until they hit 35. So I'm proud to be Team Brown Skin slash caramel, whatever y'all want to call me. And I just want to start off by saying I love Kevin Samuels' brown skin. It's so smooth and whatever. All right, let's get it popping. All right. Some of the videos on YouTube only show the first, I think it's like 15 minutes or so of this, but I'm going to give y'all the whole thing. So let's get it started. The only reason I have to interrupt here and there is for fair use. So if you use someone else's copywritten material, you have to speak over it and give your commentary, critique, criticism, all that good stuff in order to make it your own work. Let's go.
People who have their mind made up, the people who are really willing to sit down and have a conversation. Say,
good evening, Mr. Samuels. How are you?
I am well. Let me turn these comments off so they won't be scrolling in your face. How are you?
I'm doing amazingly well. Thanks so much for...
I almost got scared because I'm like, no way, Jose, this woman is 38 years old. And, you know, I just turned 30, so I started getting scared. I'm like, am I going to look this? I'm like, nah, you ain't going to look this old, Tiff, because you team brown skin. 8 years from now, you still going to be looking like you 25.
For asking.
Good. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 38.
All right, so we're talking about getting versus keeping. What do you got?
So I feel that it's a level of maturity when you get that mental, it's having substance. It's like, I feel like this generation, if I can be completely honest, we're getting worse. It's getting worse.
Okay.
When you finally get to a level of no longer wanting to be...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Audie, for your donation on your Cash App. I am so sorry. I meant to start off this video by thanking you for your donation. I really appreciate it. It means more to me than you'll ever know.
Seen and being strategic behind that to understand how important your arrival is. I'm Spanish, Portuguese, and Black. So I went through that stage of my life of being in my teens, thinking I knew it all, using my body, using my entitlement, and to be where I am now, I'm glad that I took
her entitlement as a woman and as I almost called her a half-breed. I'm so sorry. I forgot y'all don't like that. As a mixed person, I am so sorry. But I got that from Tommy Sotomayor. He be calling y'all half-breeds. That is not cool. I just realized that. It's not cool when we talk about y'all mixed people calling y'all half-breeds. That's offensive. That's like calling them a mutt or a mixed breed. They're not dogs. They're humans. But I'm sorry. Let's go.
That time of that solitude. I think that young ladies are not understanding how important solitude and isolation is.
I want to ask you something about something you said there. And I've been thinking about it while you were talking. Getting to the point to where you don't need to be seen. What do you mean when you say that? Because I know what I think. What do you mean?
When I'm being seen, I think that for myself, that's when you're a product of your environment for so long, where you just feel that you're going to remain that, until you actually take the time to get around individuals. It's kind of like going the extra mile because it's never crowded. Getting up earlier in the morning to be less frustrated with your maneuver throughout the day. Like there's ways that you can go about that. So as far as being seen, for myself, being raised, in LA, Inglewood, California, it was more so like I was a product of my environment until I chose that I didn't want that anymore. because I didn't like how I viewed myself. But to everybody else, I finessed my way and, had it all together.
I think what I was thinking is not wanting to be seen is go out. You're 30, how old? 38?
38.
Okay, so this world existed before you did. A world before social media, where women had to live for their neighborhood or their community. Women were more. More about the.
He's making a good point, but I want to interrupt real fast. I want to play devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Kevin Samuels places a lot of emphasis on us women needing to be married. But it's like, I wonder if Kevin Samuels understands that most of these men these days are not. Well, let me not speak for all men, but it just seems like most of these men in my generation, they're not trying to get married. So he puts an emphasis on marriage, but it's like, you can't make somebody want to marry you. You can be great. You could cook, clean, know how to take care of the home, know how to take care of the kids that you may already have, but you can be all the right things for the wrong person, because you're never going to get married if that guy doesn't be married. You say yourself, Kevin Samuels, that women control access to sex, but men control access to marriage. And if that man doesn't want to get married, what type of advice would you give for, those women that keep encountering? And then you can't say, speaking in general, oh, well, maybe you're just not marriage material, that's why a man don't want to marry. Men, you will hear men say all the time, especially in the red pill and the MGTOW community, that marriage offers no value for men. And I can understand that, because they get so screwed in family court as far as child support and having access to their children. I would love for Kevin Samuels to do a live or a video on basically women controlling access to the children, because that's not fair. It should be, it take two people to create that child. They should both have joint custody, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, even if I have to pay for that, I would love to, I wish Kevin Samuels would do like custom episodes where people could pay for. That would be a great topic. Instead of always saying women need marriage, let's talk about the fact that most of these men seem like today that they don't want marriage.
Their appearance to men and women around them. And today it seems like women are doing a lot of stuff for the gram.
I have to say that I totally agree. I totally agree. But I've also been that lady that I've also been that woman that has
She's setting herself up for failure right now. Pay attention to how she keeps interrupting him, and he's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Keep that in mind.
For the gram, because you get...
Is that your career, though?
I'm a trainer. I'm a personal trainer. But it was personal trainer coming from being broken, taking time to finally heal that brokenness. So I feel like I've always been that person, too, to feel like, well, why I can't keep a man? Why am I'm praying for a good man, but am I...
That's also a trigger for him. She set herself up, saying you're praying for a good man. You know how Kevin Samuels rolls. You got to get out there and live life on purpose. You can't just be saying you praying for something, because prayer, what is it? Faith without works is dead. Stop saying you praying for a husband and put yourself in a position, in an environment to actually get a husband. She don't know that she didn't triggered him with that.
A good woman. That's me now going...
See? Oh, Lord. She's setting herself up.
To getting older.
I think a big...
Because I chose that mentally.
I think a big portion would be if women really would... I don't deal with women who have active social media. And if you're a personal trainer, I can see why social media...
Now, playing devil's advocate here, you can see where the women will be mad at Kevin Samuels for saying that, him saying he don't deal with women that have an active social media, when it comes to Kevin Samuels, you can't get more active. So they may be feeling like, well, why can you have an active social media presence and I can't?
Will be a part of your life because people want to see the product. But personal trainers existed before social media.
I actually missed out on a husband because he was very serious, to be completely honest and to be transparent. couple of months back, he was very serious about marriage, but he was saying he wants to keep his life private. He doesn't want our future children to be on the internet. He don't want them to be seen whatsoever. I mean, this guy is successful. He has successful relatives. His brother is a surgeon, all this other type of stuff. But I felt like with me building my internet presence since 2008 on YouTube, in 2006 when I started on MySpace, in 2008 on Facebook, that's my whole thing. So I can't be married and then you're telling me I can't ever display my children that I would be so proud that I finally had. Like, now y'all tell me, and I'm asking y'all, so I'm prepared to take the backlash. But do y'all feel like that was stupid of me? Because he was moving, he was dating with the purpose. Because you know how Kevin Samuels says, within 6 months you should, a guy's going to know whether he's going to marry you or not. Like, he was literally trying to relocate and all that stuff. We were getting to know each other. Do y'all feel like I'm stupid for giving all that up? I'm just trying to be transparent. Should I have been more concerned with, since I just turned 30, what is that? The danger zone, and then when you get older, it's no man's land. According to Kevin Samuels, do y'all feel like I was stupid? And I'm prepared to, deal whatever y'all have to say to me in this chat or in the comment section, because I asked for y'all's opinion.
Do you have any
Absolutely.
children?
Yes, I do. 20 and 14.
You got started young.
Yes.
Are you seeing anyone seriously right now?
Absolutely not. Not at this current time in my life. I think I needed that time to heal first.
Do you have daughters or sons?
I might.
Oh, let me just say this and then I'm going to shut up. Another reason that made me not want to do it is because he was into the poly thing and he wanted to. It is just kind of weird. So, yeah, so let me just put that out there in my defense. As somebody who claims to be bisexual, the ideal of that is cool. But then I started thinking about how I was raised as a Christian and how, the marriage bed is not supposed to be defiled. And I just felt like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to go to hell. So I factored all that in because I'm a strong believer in I don't want to waste people's time. That's how you end up getting killed. What's up, Goldie Red? That's how you end up getting killed. Yeah, the poly thing is not for me. So here's my thing. Yeah, so I just had to put that out there too. Is like, I don't care when they say, men that want to do poly, they just want to be able to have their cake and eat it too. But it was just some certain things that he was saying, like, I want you, because I thought I was going to be like, everybody have babies. Like when you watch these shows about poly and stuff, they talk about all of the females having babies in a poly relationship. But he was talking about, oh, I want you to be the main one, and I want you to be the one to have all the babies. And I'm just like, it's a lot, as Mia would say. I agree with him, but certain things just not right.
Daughter is 20 and my son is 14, who is also autistic. So my level of thinking is completely different now.
So, did you raise your daughter? What do you say to your daughter about dating?
Right, because Goldie, a lot of people, and then I promise I'm gonna shut up. I promise I'm gonna shut up. And I apologize for talking too much through this. But a lot of people try to make excuses. Well, the people in the Bible had a bunch of wives, and I'm just like, us women, we don't like to share anyway. We're already naturally jealous. I'm just not trying to set myself up for, women being jealous of each other, or I got to worry about my kids. Because what if you don't like me and you try to take us out the equation? I leave my kids with you, something happen. I just don't have time for that. Can it not just be me and you and our kids? Like, is that too much to ask for? Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Mr. Samuel.
How are you discussing dating and relationships with your daughter at 20 years old?
I think that it's more being realistic and knowing that I can't watch her 24/7. So giving her the harsh reality of life, if you want to enjoy your life, you're going to need to grasp everything.
Oh, thank you, Goldie. It's a respect thing. I'm not sharing nobody, period. Facts.
That you can as of this moment, like now.
Are you coaching your daughter to be single or a wife?
Now it's about to cut off right here. And you know, when them hard questions come, all of a sudden they have a problem with their connection. Peep game. So I'm going to speed it up.
We're having like poor connection. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I think Kevin's going to edit this or something. Let's see. So I'll just talk to y'all while they're having editing problems.
Hello?
They're having a little
testing, 1 2, testing 1 2.
I can hear you. I believe it. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Now, the question he's going to ask her this time is the same question, but he puts a spin on it, right? And says, are you raising her to be a wife or a modern woman? Now the question is going to be harder.
Yes, I can. Thank you so much.
All right, I don't know. Sometimes. So are you coaching your daughter to be a wife or a modern woman?
Whoo!
I want my daughter to understand the importance of trying to be somebody's wife in this day and age and this.
And it's like, how can you teach her that though? Because you're not somebody's wife.
Era. It's very scary.
It reminds me of this video that I just came across. I'm gonna actually watch it. Hold on. I'm actually watch it when I get through it here. Some guy, he was talking about, are you women are so pressed about being wise, but they haven't even mastered being women yet. And I'm like, sir, it's some random dude I'm subscribed to. It's like, sir, how can you tell women that we haven't mastered being women? That's like me saying, that's why I hate when females say, oh, be a man. You don't know how to be a man, so stop telling men how to be men. And I'm going to keep that same energy for these MGTOW men here. Don't tell us how to be women. You're not qualified.
So for me, it means being realistic that we do hold the power.
Trigger. And it was at this moment that she realized she effed up.
And it's not just from, excuse my language, it's not from the pussy. It's not.
Okay, now I'm starting. Okay, you hold the power. I mean, women?
Women, we do hold the power. We can reset the tone and the
girl.
Bar.
She realized it right now. Should I have said that? Let me try to back out. Let me try to backpedal, as they say. Let me try to rephrase that.
Like over our existence. And go ahead.
Look, she tried to change it that we have a power over our existence. No, you just said we had pussy power, ma'am.
Women own the power of what, though?
He likes, be specific before I go off on you.
Over our existence. So how we maneuver.
Okay. Men have the power over their existence.
We make choices within a 24-hour period.
Of course.
Everybody has the same choices. They're given the same choices within a 24-hour period across the globe. And what people choose to do with those 24 hours, it sets you up for what's next. So that's how I talk to my daughter.
Okay, so what I'm not hearing is you're giving your daughter any clear instructions on what to do regarding a man.
Clear instructions, how one
receives. Okay. Let's just talk like we're 4 years old.
That triggered her.
I got a 21-year-old daughter, and I very much have given her the instructions on not being a single woman for the rest of her life.
Absolutely. That's very important.
So she knows her father and my mindset, and I'm asking you as a mother, the way you move through life is your choices, but it's her, because I didn't ask about her dad, but I'm asking, are you coaching her to be a single woman or a modern woman or wife? And I haven't heard.
And you lucky he didn't ask you the hard question of, do your children have the same father?
Absolutely.
One or the other, just kind of.
But I need her to love herself first before trying to go out there and trying to love or find love. You need to love yourself first.
Marriage ain't about love. Marriage is not about love.
It's a lot of things, Mr. Samuel. It's not just about love.
No, but it's not. But see, one of the things because I'm hearing modern woman, traditional woman, I'm hearing a lot of inner splicing, and this is part of the problem that women have. They don't talk directly to young women. That's why they come listen to me, because I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Young women are coming over here because women your generation aren't being clear. Go find a man, baby girl. You need a man in this world to live life with, because 90% of us are not going to be, 94% of us are not going to be over six-figure earners. Most of us are going to be middle income earners, and you're not going to be able to get through life on one income. You're going to need somebody to get through the end.
You need multiple streams of income. Absolutely.
No, it's called, you need a husband.
Uh-oh. This is going to trigger her.
Not multiple streams, a husband.
No, that would be part of the goal.
No,
that
most
you would
women
know.
need a
Absolutely.
husband. A husband, not a stream of income.
So
husband.
We're so programmed to say, women of all races, I don't need no man, I'm independent. We're so programmed. So, of course, she's going to be rejecting everything Kevin Samuels is saying right now.
Disagreeing with you.
What I'm saying, but the thing is, we're not telling women that they need a man. It's a stream of income. A man, not a stream of income.
You absolutely do. I am totally agreeing with you. But see, how one receives something versus how one delivery is, that seems, so that's why there's levels of perspective.
We ain't talking about Pizza Hut. We ain't talking about Domino's. None of that. She talking about delivery.
From individuals.
Deliver us from Eva.
Okay.
This is how we heal, Mr. Samuel.
Okay, hold on. What you're saying?
You have to allow people.
First of all, lady, you're triggering him because he hates when somebody young comes on here and tries to act like they know more than him. You should know better. With your Tiny from Tiny and Toya's pig nose. You should know better.
Hold on. No, I don't have to allow anything. Your brokenness is your problem. It's like my brokenness is my problem.
Absolutely.
When we come out to this world, you need
But when we're motivated and inspiring people.
Are you in your bathroom? Because this is bothering me. It looks like this is the curtain. Well, somebody should have told you to go behind the curtain and just like show over, because you finna get kicked off.
No.
Nah, come on now.
You can't overtalk me on my platform. You can't overtalk me on my platform. Now, I'm trying to be
With
polite.
all due respect, Mr. Samuel.
No, all due respect. Please don't overtalk me. That's one thing I don't do.
Women love disrespecting and then saying with all due respect.
I'll let you flow.
Okay.
And if you're gonna overtalk me, I will bid you a good night. I feel sorry for your dog. I do. I mean, I try to listen, but this is what you get. All this psychobabble bullshit. You need to do.
So I don't know how the other conversation is going to go, but I know he's about to speak to another lady, and I'm gonna be reacting to that live with y'all because I didn't see that one. I just saw this one, and I said, you know what, we need to hop on. I need to hop on live, talk to the people, and watch this with them. Wow, you aren't no different from Kevin. You're going in on another woman. It's okay, sis. They gonna pick you. Yeah, you're right. I do want to be picked. I told y'all. I love when y'all call me a pick me, because unlike y'all, I'm not brainwashed. I want a man to pick me. And you need to pay attention to this episode because it's about, not just getting them, it's keeping them. So yes, please call me a pick me. Because unlike you, I don't want to be left alone with you bitters.
Do this, you need to do that. Are you teaching her?
Anthonique. What kind of name is that? I bet the man that your mammy thought was your daddy was named Anthony. Anthonique. Get the freak out of here.
To be a modern woman or a wife. I'm teaching her to be a wife.
Right, triggered. Charlize, go ahead and put her in timeout. You ain't got to block her. Please put Anthonique in timeout. Look at this, she's trying to type real fast. That's why you on here watching Kevin, because you need validation. Oh, you got timed out.
I'm not teaching her to be a wife because you can't even cooperate with a man on this platform.
Right. How you gonna cooperate with a man and get married if you can't even cooperate on a lie?
I let that woman talk, blah, 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 and what do you get? When I try to interject...
Thank you, Charlize.
No, we gotta keep.
Yeah, just put her in timeouts. You need to think about, the new name you need to change to, because we know good and doggone well you're not gonna get no job with a name like Anthonique. Freak out of here with this bull crap.
I ain't gotta keep shit. You keep that on your platform. That is why so many women today are by themselves. She talked about multiple streams of income, as if modern women are going to have. It is hard enough to have one stream.
Most women's multiple streams of income are child support from different baby daddies, or sleeping around with men so their bills can be paid.
Of income. This is what's wrong with our community. They are telling women to get out here and be fucking men. Young lady, I hope you realize that unless you're going into science, engineering, technology, and math, to some sort of profession, unless you're going to be some sort of high five-figure, low six-figure earner where you can replace two incomes, you will need a man to get from one point of life to another, because you cannot get to the end of life on one income. And to try to do it by yourself is an overloading of a woman.
Notice how we always get called a pick-me, Charlize, when we actually want to hold women accountable, because we know most women are full of crap, and we can admit that. But we're pick-me's because we want our gender to do better. We're traitors because we want our gender to do better. Okay.
That is why so many of our women today are masculine. So many of our women are hardened. So many of our women cannot even cooperate in a fucking conversation because they got their dick out all the time trying to act like a man. You're not a man.
Thank you, Deontay. I appreciate
that. Yeah, that just doesn't work. That won't work. It will not work. And this is why young women are coming over to the men's platforms, the men's side of content, because they're getting confusing, gobbledygook messages from these women. Blah, 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 blah. Well, what's the answer? Well, what's this? What's the, well, you need to, so do I need to have a husband or not? Well, you need to know your mind and love yourself first. Do I need a husband or not? Well, you need to.
Thank you, Deontay.
You need to understand your chakra and heal your.
I'm finna pin your comment.
Brokenness. Do I need a husband or not? Well, you need to understand that you need to have multiple streams of income. Fuck out of here.
Uh-oh.
You need a husband.
I'm finna pin your comment.
Why is it so hard to tell women? Hello?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Why is it so hard to tell?
I'm 28.
Hello? Okay.
Hi.
We're talking about keeping versus getting.
I'm good, and you?
Getting versus keeping. Okay. Let's do this. What do you got?
I feel like
Oh, no.
community,
Oh, no.
us Black women, we definitely have a problem with being vulnerable and being submissive when the time is right with a guy. So it's hard to keep somebody when you're constantly bucking at them. You can't let a man be a man when you're trying to take that role as well. So I agree with that.
Were you raised with your mother and father, or just were you raised with one parent like most of us?
That's so sad. Because most of us were raised with one parent. My parents did get married, but they end up getting divorced.
In the beginning, for my first couple of years, it was my
Deontay, you made my day. What up, Vegas girl? What's up?
mom and my dad. And then...
And let's shout out to her natural hair, y'all. Shout out to that. Tila Tequila. You remember you said Black women can't have hair and they bald? Remember that? Looks like real hair to me. Let me make this bigger. Can I make this bigger? Y'all gonna learn today.
So it was more of a co-parenting type thing.
And do you have any siblings?
I'm on Instagram, by the way, so I didn't know if I could make it bigger or not.
Siblings?
Yeah, 2 older brothers and now 2 younger sisters.
Okay, so would you like to be married one day?
Exactly, Avengers. I'm gonna shut up, but I just want to say this. Natural. I told y'all it looks beautiful like a lion's mane. That's what they're jealous of.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I only say it like that because, again, in today's day and age, it's very complicated. Not a lot of people are getting serious like that.
See, I'm always, my bullshit detector goes off on high alert when I hear women say to this day and age.
Why?
Because you're evolutionary evolved to be what you are, regardless of the day and age. Can a female of the species survive without the group? No.
You just gonna go ahead and answer for her because you know how most women want to lie. You know how we want to beat around the bush instead of saying the obvious. He tired of women. He just gonna say, you know what? No, let me answer that for you.
Women need men.
I agree.
So is it that
But we're taught needing a man makes us less than. I should put that on a shirt. Needing a man does not make you less than. That's good.
you don't want to be married or you're afraid?
I'm afraid to get married again because of
That. So what are you afraid of?
I wouldn't say the trials and tribulations, but that is part of it because I've seen what my mom went through.
Okay.
And
now,
I've always based off like what
as
I was growing up, I wanted to do the opposite and become the opposite. And
do you now, without getting too personal, were your mother and father's situation money motivated? Were they like the most people, or was there like domestic violence, where there was real violence or drugs or anything involved?
I could say it was a mixture of financial problems,
okay,
and also infidelity.
Okay, with respect, this is why I think women go wrong. I said it before. That's none of your child's place. How
It's
do you
really
know
not.
But how do you know? But my thing is, unless you walked in on your mother or father with somebody, you wouldn't know they're cheating. If there are money problems, why do you know if they didn't share that with you?
And I was gonna say that unfortunately it was shared with me, and I did not ask for that information.
Which parent did your mother share with you?
My
father
dad
did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and see, this is the burden of sharing this kind of stuff with kids. You said they were co-parents. Did your mother remarry?
No, my dad married, definitely.
Okay.
But
So,
my mom didn't.
So the person who had infidelity, which was your father or your mother?
It was my dad.
Okay. But he remarried.
Yeah.
How did
Dang, my feelings hurt. But I asked for the answer. Yes, you were stupid. You chose you over a family. And I think that shows that we put so much emphasis on social media then. Because I opted out of a husband just for the ability to be able to, showcase my future family online. So I feel you don't kill my vibe, but you sure just killed mine. But I asked for this. I asked y'all to tell me if I was stupid for, yeah. So
you find out about the infidelity? Who told you that?
My dad.
Okay. Did he tell you that is the reason that they're no longer married?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll give a little leeway. A parent has to give a reason why the kids are divorced. I wouldn't have gone to that level of detail, but your father remarried. Your mother, did you ever see her date anybody?
Yeah, and
No or yes?
a lot of women don't like to redate when they have children that are under the age of 18 for two reasons. Because they don't want another man to have to discipline or take on responsibility for their children, and they seem like they're protecting them because most of us women have it drilled in our head that men are predators and that the only reason they dated us in the first place was to get to our children.
I did. I definitely did, and that was kind of the problem for me growing up. Was
her boyfriend?
Welcome back, Anthony. Now you're gonna get put in timeout again because you did not. Thank you, Charlize. Why you ain't come back correct? You should have came back. Thank you, Charlize. We don't play those games. Now you had the opportunity to come back. Try it again, sis.
What I seen, it wasn't a great example. So I tried to just do the opposite of what I seen and.
Okay. Well,
Pet peeve of mine, the opposite of what you saw, not seen. You are not a Facebook message. Stop saying seen.
Try to stay away from
one big problem is people of this generation involve kids and grown folks' business, and they put you. So this is what
You said it in your band voice. Stop playing.
therapy comes into it. But here's the reality: your mother and father's problems don't sound like anything that you can't find in any neighborhood in this world.
Exactly.
Or any time period in history. If you don't get married, 28, did you go to college?
Yes.
I'm a strong 17. What does that even mean? Are you trying to say that? What does that even mean?
What's your degree?
Because if you ask me, that mean I'm on a scale of 1 to 10 how fine I am. You didn't put me off the Richter scale. I'm 17. How you doing?
Business administration. I'm going for my bachelor's next.
Okay. So what do you plan on doing for a profession?
I want to work in a recording label as in the marketing team. That's what I'm going for my bachelor's.
Record label.
For marketing and.
Okay, so how much do you think you will earn annually at the height of your career?
Thank you, Cameron. Exactly. I really want us to make changes in the Black community because I'm tired of us women being the bottom of the barrel by choice. Notice I said by choice because it's not because of how we look, because as you see, the other races are trying to mimic how we look day in and day out. And clearly we look good from our curves to our full lips. So it's our behavior that makes us the bottom of the barrel, not our looks. And we have control over our behaviors. We cannot choose how people treat us, but we can choose how we respond.
At the height, I would hope.
Charlize, can you because I really don't want to make y'all have to wait, but can you text me what I just said? Because I really want to make that a t-shirt. Needing a man doesn't make you less than. Can you please message that to me real fast so I don't forget?
I would hope at least over 50,000 a year. I would hope.
Okay.
First of all, did you say what you want to make or what your man want to make? Because if you said that's what you want to make, I commend you. Because most of these women be like, I need my man to make 200,000. I need my man to make 300,000. If you going for a blue collar, is that what they call it? Then I commend you. You're not on here trying to get no high value man.
So how much do you think you will earn?
Oh, okay. So it's her income
annually at the height of your career.
At the height, I would hope. I would hope at least over 50,000 a year. I would hope.
All right. Thank you, Charlize. I swear when I make it big one day, I'm going to pay you to moderate. She says she need a man. She don't know where to look. I feel you.
Okay. I ran a simulation that if a woman was working a job making $50,000 a year from 25 to age 55, no stops, no breaks, and received a cost of living raise 3% every year, 25 to 65, and she retired at 65 and had a life expectancy to 85. That means she had to live 20 years. That woman would have a shortfall of almost $800,000 in her retirement. It's going to take $2.9 million.
Another thing I commend him for doing is not only trying to rebuild the Black community by encouraging marriage, but he's trying to make us financially literate. You see what I'm saying? He wants us to focus on the fact that we're going to need a man so that we won't be straining the taxpayer's dollar by living off of the government. He wants us to be prepared for retirement in the future. Whereas most Black people are only prepared for what they're going to eat the next day. They only have enough money to survive, to the next month, living month to month. Thank you again, Charlize.
to live from 65 to 80.
Exactly, and that's a shame, Charlize. My mom taught us from an early age how to balance a checkbook, as teenagers and stuff. But most, these days we don't really even be using checks except for old people. But just all that type of stuff about bills and expenses, rainy day fund, all that.
85. What I'm saying, young lady, is you're going to college and doing all this work to get a middle income job. And if you don't marry, who's going to pay your bills and help you in your golden years if you don't have a husband, insurance, children? Because dogs can't do it and girlfriends can't do it. So the fear of being married, marriage, I need you and I need women to hear. If you are an average earner, marriage is not an option. It is a necessity. And it has been marketed to you as an option to be chosen to not do out of fear. Well, then what's the option after you're 45 and you're just making $50,000 a year? That ain't no money.
Yeah, no, it's not. So I completely agree. I believe in there needs to be a man in the house and there needs to be gender roles. I believe in all of that.
Exactly. We're taught that gender roles is a bad thing as well as women. We're taught, girl, you ain't gotta stay at home. You more than just staying at home and looking after the kids and cooking and cleaning. Who he think he is? We're taught against that as if it's a bad thing. Oh, you only a housewife. Only. You know how much hard work it is taking care of kids alone, from the mothers that I hear telling me this and from what I see. Taking care of kids alone is a job.
It's just scary.
They think they're going to be at home bored and stuff. Listen, if you doing it right, and I learned this as a babysitter and having 7 nieces and nephews, if you're doing it right, you're not bored. If you just letting them, be babysat by the technology all day and you're not really watching them, then it's easy.
I don't know what should be scary.
It's doing it alone.
No, what should be scary is trying to live from 65 to 85. You will need $2.9 million. Yeah. I need you to understand how big of a number that is. Older women, older people cost more.
True.
Your insurance, your medications, all these things, you cost more. So what should be scary is the notion of if I don't have
exactly, Charlize,
a husband, then what are you going to do? Go live with your girlfriend or your sister? Because you're going to have to. That's what's happening right now. Women are starting to end up living with other women.
And I was watching your live, and I said that to my friend. I was saying a lot of nowadays, a lot of people just rather roommate, and it's weird.
Well, it's because you ladies are the ones that have our divorce rate in our community is approaching 60%. But almost 90% of divorces in the Black community are filed by Black women. 80% of divorces are filed by women. Women are not staying in relationships anywhere. When a divorce happens, it's usually the woman filing. And why are women filing? Because you've been told that life is better single, or you could have other options. But if the way you talked about it, you're afraid of marriage. I want a world to where women like you are far more afraid to be single, living on cat food.
Yeah. I'm afraid of both, honestly, but I'm more afraid of being by myself for sure.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then what are you doing to overcome your negative programming in your childhood because you're 28 years old, man. You are firmly in the danger zone.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to hit the wall in 2 years, and time is starting to run out.
I know.
I hit the wall like a wrecking ball. Thank God I'm not ugly and don't have no kids and not bad built.
And my friend not.
Your friend, but I'm talking to you. I can't talk. So this is why I talk about the danger zone. This is when
it's still hope for me.
You ladies need to really get real crystal clear.
Dang, Anthony, you keep getting timed out with what are you saying, Grawl?
On what you want and do something about it. Because at 35, options start getting taken off the table.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said
this before. Have you ever seen a show called The Golden Girls?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're dating who? Go ahead.
I'm dating someone right now.
He didn't even want to give the example because she ain't heard of it.
He does live in a different state, but
when's the last time you had a relationship?
Uh-oh. You know how he feel. Long distance relationships ain't real.
About 5 years ago.
That's not acceptable.
I know. That's why I didn't want to say it.
Relationship. How old is the man out of state?
He's younger than me.
It's a she, Charlize Anthonique. That's so crazy. A spiritual goddess. What the freak?
And obviously it's not real. You're playing. And this is why I'm being very serious. You don't have time to play. This is not a joke to me. It's not a game to me. I'm looking at another statistic. Another black woman who is likely going to be unmarried, no children, no family, another not made family. Because you ladies, you said you're going to go to college, right?
Yes, I'm going for my bachelor's.
To go make $50,000.
You better off making another fake account, Anthony, because Charlize ain't gonna let you live up here.
$1,000 in marketing.
You see how much trolling these bitter females do? Instead of actually changing their ways, they rather troll any video that has something to do with Kevin Samuels. If you put that much energy into actually changing your behavior, Kevin Samuels wouldn't even have to make videos like this. You right. You right, Dante. Have I been calling you Deontay? I'm sorry, Dante.
I would feel like that. I would probably start with that. Now that I look back at
no, ma'am, no. Marketing doesn't pay any. No, I come from corporate sales. Marketing, you need to see. This is what I mean. Remember when I was black men when I said when black women don't know what to do, they run to school. School is the black woman's husband if the job ain't.
And the church. Let's keep it a buck. I love God too, but they love saying they praying for something instead of actually actively seeking whatever it is they want God to just drop in their lap.
That's where y'all run. You run to school like it's God, like it's Jesus. I'm gonna hide in school, go spend money to get a degree in communications and marketing, which is a worthless degree.
Is it?
Worthless. It's worthless. Science, engineering, technology, man. Business administration, business marketing, business administration, business management, marketing, communications, all worthless. You go get an entry-level job somewhere that's paying about $30,000, $35,000 entry-level at 30 years old. But you got to go into debt to do that.
True.
So I am more disturbed that black women have been told that makes the most sense to go into college debt than to go get your head right and become a wife and find a husband. Y'all prepare to live life alone. That's what you're doing, whether you admit it or not. I had a relationship for 5 years. I got a long distance relationship. I'm gonna go to college so I can use college as a shield to keep men away from me. And then I'll say I'm busy doing this so-called recording job, making $50,000 a year, and you look up and you're 50 years old. And when
No, I now that you say it, it's.
But the fact of the matter is, I'm saying it, and I'm the only person that's saying the Golden Girls. 4 elderly women.
I've seen that. Okay, I've never watched the show, but I've definitely.
This is the. I'm gonna break this down tomorrow. This is black women's future. Because there is absolutely no reason for. I'm gonna just say this, man. What you saw is, I can't tell you your pain, but it doesn't sound abnormal. But to have you almost, it's like black women have relationship anaphylactic shock. To all my medical people, you know what I'm talking about. Black women have anaphylactic shock when it comes to men, black men. Y'all have a hyperallergic reaction to commitment with a black man. Anaphylactic shock is when you see somebody get stung by a bee and they die. That's how y'all tend to act when a marriage or relationship. Oh God, I saw something happen. Oh, it's gonna kill me. So I'd rather go to college. Thank you for being honest with me, ma'am. You can't avoid it. Well, if you want to avoid relationship, you better be making high six figures.
No, I'm not trying to avoid it. I'm definitely not.
And notice too, it's not that he's saying all women should be married. Just like he's not saying all women should get a high value man. He's just telling them, if you want a high value man, you have to meet these qualifications. But he's also saying if you do want to be single, he's not trying to force marriage on everybody. So I'm getting this revelation as I'm, speaking. What I'm getting out of this is if you don't want to be married, or if you keep, self-sabotaging and not, getting married, then you need to have a job or career or these multiple incomes set in place that where you can take care of yourself if you're going to die alone. So, yeah.
Trying to avoid it. I'm definitely trying to work through it and get better.
And his problem is most of us are not in that position that we can say that. Oh, I'll be all right if that never happens.
Well, the thing is, I hear you say that now, but I don't hear anything in your life before this. I hear college and just I'll watch YouTube videos. Now, if you're really trying to work to get it better, there'd be counseling, there'd be therapy, you'd be investing money and trying to get my mind right to understand why. I look around and I see my counterparts, my non-black counterparts at my age, and over half of them are married. Even if they got little bitty rings on, they're married.
I agree with the therapy. I even spoke with my...
Notice he said even if they got little bitty rings on, because most women don't even want to get married if the ring ain't big enough. They're more so concerned with how nice the wedding's going to be and to be able to say that they have a husband, other than actually, realizing that marriage takes work to maintain.
My mom about that, and again, with the black community, I don't know why, but therapy is looked down upon. So when
you're okay. Stop talking to your mama.
Definitely, because I know that's one of my problems. I know.
You're a grown damn woman. Stop talking to your mama. Stop looking for permission to get your shit together.
You're right.
Because your mama, due respect, is not the one you got to be married. Your father is. So whether he cheated or not or whatever, he's gone about his business. And unfortunately, the world likes y'all single, alone, and spending money. The world likes it that way. So if you're looking for, what did I say, single women keep women single, it's because the anaphylactic shock response to a marriage.
Yeah.
So it's not the current state of men, it's the current state of women.
I agree.
Because by your own experience, your dad remarried, right?
Yes.
Your mom had the same opportunities out in the market.
Definitely did.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
She's a sweetheart.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna do a breakdown of the Golden Girl. And see,
she's a sweetheart.
To the caller before that the lady before.
Look. He almost called her. He did call her to be word.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna do a breakdown of the Golden Girl. And see, to the caller before that
Thank you, Crystal.
The lady before.
Y'all heard it.
For her, that's the kind of conversations we need to be having with younger women. Not this find your chakra and your heart mode and love yourself. Young women are terrified by what they saw their mothers do.
That's why he keeps telling us not to share marital problems to the children, to the offspring, because then we'll develop that, subconsciously. Oh, I don't want to go through that either.
Let's get to it.
True that, Dante.
Women hold the power. You don't hold.
Again, shout out to you, Crystal.
The power. You don't have power in your own life. Young women are terrified of men because you're told by your mama, you're told by the culture, ran by women, that the men are the issue. Your mothers have put fear into you. Don't get you a job, love yourself, so on and so forth. Single women keep women single. Daddy done gone on and got a relationship. that young girl it wasn't that I'm nervous about the state of marriage. I could see it. I'm scared of marriage. I'm scared of relationship because all I've seen is relationships are bad. But yet, at best, I'm going to be an average earning person, making average money. I don't expect to be working at NASA or Procter and Gamble or Google. I'm going to be doing average stuff. That average stuff cannot afford to live one person. Can't afford it. So we're going to do this Golden Girls breakdown tomorrow because this is going to be important because so many women think multiple streams of income and this bullshit. Yeah, that really bothers me.
Because all them multiple streams of income, if it's not passive, is distracting from the fact that you have children and that you have to focus on them.
We tell all this stuff, multiple streams of income and all this.
All right, Crystal, peace out. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like.
Instead of saying the multiple, you need a multiple, you need a man. You need a man, you need a, especially we talk about community. How you gonna have a community if you don't have the basic building blocks with your families? Men are scared too, believe me. The men are scared too. None of us learned how to do this. Shout out to Jen London Esquire. None of us learned how to do this shit. I mean, I've been divorced twice. That's why. Where's your wife? I'm telling you from a person who's failed at this stuff. The reason you do better is because you're willing to admit your failures and then.
Exactly. They always want to say, why you listen to him? He been divorced. Like you can't learn something from somebody that had, a past failed marriage or something. They're telling you what not to do. You can learn from somebody who's failed at something.
Go do the work. My relationship, y'all will never know what I do. Y'all see the kind of shit I'm going through. I'm not going to subject nobody in my life to this thing. But obviously, it's helping.
And they automatically assume he's divorced because it's his fault, not the woman.
If a man, one of the big, that is, do is, it won't end. Like, no, it's over.
Ain't gonna do no copyright. So, I wanted to end this anyway. Anthony, I'm sure you're still here. Have you walked away? Are you still here? You little internet gangster. Tell me what y'all think.